Everybody, and let's have a look here. So I put out a tweet earlier saying I'm going to be doing some analysis on Bitcoin and crypto, and in true, actually it's really funny. A couple years ago, if I said, hey, I'm doing analysis on Apple or Tesla or natural gas, people would have been, oh, throw the Bitcoin, give me crypto. And now I would say, I'm going to look at crypto, and everybody's like, I want to see the 30-year. Is the silver? How's that? What about Tesla? What about copper and the euro? So I did a separate video for Bitcoin, crypto, and definitely if you're interested in that stuff, even if you're not, you should be right now. Go check that video out. But I will go ahead and I'm going to crank through some the other markets. I've kind of been just letting my system kind of play out this week. Haven't done anything as far as I think I got stopped out of one trade or something like that in the Pollinate Lab portfolio, but otherwise we're still long and strong in a lot of places. So I'm gonna knock out the main one at the moment, the one that's still in charge of the market, the NASDAQ. This is a place to buy. So we added this week back above here. So we are still long NASDAQ and adding to our longs. This is a long-term position. I did last week, the week prior, I actually bought puts on the NASDAQ and gold just to protect it. But as you can see, we have declining volatility, continues to decline, and price just gently creeping up, bouncing off that midline. Nothing to see here, folks. Be long the NASDAQ. That's my main setup there. Let's have a look at gold. Gold, as you can see, volatility really creeped up this week. So I expect a little bit more volatility going into it. That was a pretty big sell-off. We got up almost up to the 2100, dropped down to 1800, and we're right around that, right below that 2000 mark. Again, I expect to be banging around in this area for a while. I'm long December, and I'm probably gonna stick with it. So let me get, first one would be, how do you spell that? USD, there we go. This is the CFDs, it's just easier because I remember it. So the question on natty gas is, we have high volatility and we are in a high volatility regime. So let's take a step back and look at what's going on. I see rising volatility. I see a potential. I see a potential trend. Let me go ahead and throw some of my trend filters on. We have a nice trend forming. You have extreme low volatility followed by higher volatility. I don't know if that's exactly what I would call a bottoming formation. So I'm not saying that natty gas is going to be it's not safely in a nice uptrend yet. It's not in bull quiet, that's for sure. It's more of a neutral here. I just don't see a lot to, if you're in it from, like $1.50 area or whatever, cool. Trail stop it. Use the 2 moving averages to keep you in line. But as far as new entries or reasons to get in, there was consolidation up in this range here after a big breakout, and then it continues to resolve itself. It head faked down below it, came back in, then ripped higher. That's how you get short covering. That's how you hurt a lot of people. You sell off, you sell off, you sell off. Everybody thinks it's going to continue to go lower. They keep shorting. And then all of a sudden you just rip their heads off quick. So stops got taken out here. This was supposedly supposed to be a nice stop level for natty gas. And you can see we blew past it and we consolidated on top of it and have ripped since. So the next thing up is this general area here. So right in this general area where we're banging our head at right now. And then from there, the next big resistance is going to be this like 275 area. I'm not saying that we're going to go there. I'm saying we're right in resistance right now. And then, that move, I expect more consolidation here and a lot more volatility banging around. But it could very well just start ripping, just like gold and silver had been doing. This we may start getting a commodity rally. And natty gas is definitely something that needs to recover some work there. So let's do that. Let's take a look at copper. I was long copper, and I got into this little area here. Here is where we find ourselves in some consolidation now. I would say this was the consolidation that broke below, but it's still trying to hold that consolidation. We have rising volatility. The SQN is in a neutral regime from bull quiet. I don't care that we turned over moving averages. That's not how I use moving averages. They're guide rails. They're not signals. So let's take a step back and see. That's been a pretty average area. I took a stab at it in the lab at about 291, I think we got in. And it just didn't, we had, I think, down in here, I got in right in this area here, and it moved up nicely and then just gave it all back. And eventually I got stopped out. Probably, I think here, first week in August, maybe it was a little, I forget. First week in August. And then that all gets taken out, but it's not, this is the formation. This is a double bottom formation. So boom, up, fake, and then I'm still thinking that the bullish move is there. So on a trade basis, I would be getting long above Friday's high with a move up to the resistance around 3 area. It's a big round number, so people are going to be paying attention to it. So for a trade, it could work. And if that continues to play out and carries on, then it could very well just start moving its way a lot higher. As far as the trade goes, I think that the only thing that is there is no trade. Either no trade or use this as a double bottom and try to move up to the top of the range, because again, that's range toppy area, and things might just get a little sideways there or a little more volatile. Okay, so that's copper. Let's take a look at the 30-year. 30-year was in still in a bull quiet, probably in a neutral regime right now. There isn't much to do here. I had a position in there. I think we got stopped. The lab, we got stopped out. But we have low volatility here. And when you have sideways low volatility, really there's not much to do, because that's when high volatility starts to happen. And as you can see, we are starting to get a little bit of volatility on the upside here, and that was a pretty decent sell-off this last week or two, while gold was topping and Bitcoin started to really in the crypto space itself really started to take off. So bonds, I don't think there's anything to do here. I don't have anything to do here. There's nothing for me here. I know everybody wants that, to short the top and catch this move all the way down at all-time highs, but I'm not a top caller. What you have at a top is high volatility reversal. We did have that, so we could play this out. That doesn't mean that was the high top reversal. We could go negative rates. There's a bunch of things we could be doing. So those are my thoughts. Okay, let me go to natty gas. Let's go to, is that on? That's all for futures. Let's go to euro. I'm bullish euro. I'm long euro yen. I think this is, I'm still expecting euro to keep going. Real quick answer, bull market hack. Quick answer is I'm bullish. I'm looking for reasons to be long. Reasons to add. This is the one I'm in currently, is the euro yen. We have continued declining volatility with increased price. The trend is still in place. Very happy to be in the euro yen versus the euro dollar so far. but it's basically the same trade. Euro strong. Euro has given up on a lot of its bear market. So let me go ahead and have a look at where we are there. Euro has definitely relieved it. We got some resistance at the probably 127 area. We're at 120. Oh, this is sorry, Euro again. Sorry. Back to Euro. So 120 is a big round number, and I think that's going to act as a magnet. The quickness that we moved here is notable, pretty notable. So keep an eye on that. I don't know what news events would be the thing there. I just know that we're looking at, there's a big bunch of hate coming into the dollar these days. So that's definitely going to flip to the euro. Cool. NQES. ES is doing fine. If you're in it, that's good. It's the worst performer of, not the worst performer, it's the second best performer, but it's not the NASDAQ. And I would prefer to be in the NASDAQ than the ES or the YM or Russell or any of the others right now. But that is a very nice, low sloping, bull quiet regime. You can make money in here. ES is just harder to make money than other markets. I think NASDAQ is still going to keep running away with it. So even though it's above new all-time highs and it's expensive, it's still the best one to be in. And I have no reason, I have no interest in chasing any of the other indexes, thinking that they're going to try to catch up, because that's just not how it's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to go, we had a Tesla, same guy asked for Tesla. All-time highs, low volatility, basing, and then they're doing a split. So yeah, bullish Tesla. Buy pullbacks on Tesla still. No, I like the consolidation up here at this 1700, big round number. Nobody's going to convince me that this isn't a bullish chart. All right, off to Apple. Bullish chart, be long. NVIDIA, bullish chart, be long. Also, crypto is taken off. So Shopify, I don't like it as much as I like Amazon. And Amazon is consolidating. So one thing I like to say about Amazon, I would rather own the leader in the space than the something of the space, and Amazon is the clear leader. They've got nothing but new market share to gain. I don't know if that really matters, that pattern, but I would say that for me, if it was a choice between Amazon or Shopify, I'm buying Amazon all day, every day. I understand what people are thinking about Shopify, and it is great. It is kind of a different play on e-commerce, but if I had an e-commerce play to go, it would be Amazon. If I had a software play to go, then maybe Shopify. UNG, this is natty gas. It's the same thing as the other natty gas. Ripped up, consolidated, ripped up again. I'm looking at this to be, a move maybe up into this area there. Junior silver miners. It's bull volatile. What we have a bull volatile, the requirement of a bull volatile market regime, a feature of a bull market regime is you have a market top. So you don't get real market tops until you have a bull volatile. If you're in bull volatile, then that's when tops happen. To me, it's looking like a trend. Looks like pullback, like gold as well in the trend. A lot of catching up to do, maybe. Not too clear for me. TBT, which is basically the opposite of the 30-year futures. It's starting to look like it could go higher, but that's just a low trend right there. So whatever the trend is, hasn't bottomed. It hasn't capitulated bottom yet. It could rally a bit, but it still seems that the trend is in place. SILJ, got that one twice. Let me think here. We had a nice move on the Nikkei this week. That one's interesting. Low volatility, rising price, potential to go higher. Not really a whole lot going on. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. And you'll notice that I'm not using my typical Bollinger Bands on these sort of things, because the trades that people are asking me about are not mean reversion trades. People are looking for the tops or bottoms. Let me just say this, that if you are curious about if you potentially are in a market top or a bottom, let me show you one thing you want to be looking for. You want to look for the SQN. You want this to be blue. Okay, so that's how, if you're looking for a market top, you need a real market top. This needs to be blue. So let's take that information and let's have a look at bonds. And that only happened here, and it potentially happened, but I don't think we're topped on bonds. Let me look. Apple could be toppy, but I'd rather be long than anything else. NVDA, I'd rather be long than anything else. Shopify, toppy. UNG. We flipped into neutral, so there's potential that this thing could be going higher. Market top potential. Just because we have the bull volatile regime doesn't mean it is a market top. So just because we do have the bull volatile regime, that still does not mean that it is a market top. It's just a requirement to a market top. Take a look at copper. Potential top going on here. We did hit that. It is turning over. Potential. We could trade around in this area for a while. Thank you. There you go. Potential market top. We did top on euro, but that doesn't mean, just because we have it doesn't mean it is a market top. So if you find yourself in this sort of regime here, in this bull quiet market regime, you just stay long as you can. Once you get into bull volatile, that's when you want to lighten your position and start tightening up, or even buy puts to protect your downside, like we did in gold. So we bought puts here, somewhere in here. We bought puts and they went in the money and they protected us. So we're kind of in the money on that, and that locked in a bit of our profits there. So that's all I got on this one. It was kind of a quick one because I just got hit with a bunch of them. If you guys like this, share it out. Reply to me in the Twitters. Leave comments down below, and maybe I'll start doing this a little bit more often. It was just kind of a, I just felt like doing it. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, go to pollinatretrading.com. You can join us in the lab. We trade 24/7. We're heavy into the cryptos at the moment. Make sure to sign up, and that's it. Love you guys. Bye.